Hello, fellow human. Welcome to day 9 of my 30-day Talk to Camera challenge. The topic of conversation today is for me to share a struggle. The main thing that I've been struggling with recently is to clearly define what success looks like when I go and walk in Spain on my Camino. The reason that I'm having trouble with this is that there's a lot of conflicting advice or wisdom from other pilgrims, even from my own experience, that it's about the journey and not the destination. What I mean to say is that I'm going over there to participate and have my Camino from a secular standpoint. A lot of people walk the Camino for religious reasons. Historically, it is a Catholic pilgrimage. And even before Catholicism, it was a pagan ritual, journey. I don't know what level of importance they placed on it, but I believe the Celts used to walk that same pathway in pre-Christian times. So for me, it's showing up to Santiago and earning a Compostela for the walk and being a pilgrim, I don't think is what it is going to take to make it a success. If I don't achieve it, does that mean it's a failure? I'm not sure about that. Of course, there's a ton of compelling reasons why someone would want to walk from southern France all the way to Santiago de Compostela in Spain, including exercise. What great exercise. You get fresh air. You get to see incredible architecture. Learn about the history of regions of Spain that people may not travel to otherwise. Tons of good food in Spain. The culture is amazing. Being around the people, not only the people of Spain, but other pilgrims, spending time learning about them. It's also a good chance to unplug and release ourselves from the typical worries and stressors of day-to-day life. And of course, there's a multitude of other reasons why people want to walk. So I don't know if I can count all of those as definitions of success. Of course not. So that's been my main struggle is how do I know I've succeeded? Or is there no make or break success or failure for the journey? And I think that's probably where I've landed. I've gone over this a number of times trying to figure out what it is to me that's going to make me feel like I succeeded. When we went to Portugal to do the Portuguese Camino, you may have watched the other recordings, but it ended with a 5-day hospitalization in Spain. I felt a little cheated, disappointed, and I felt like the trip was a failure when I came back. On further reflection, I'm not sure if failure is the right word, but it was certainly unsatisfactory, and I wish it would have gone a different way. So I think given that, and a little bit of reflection on my experience previously, and trying to set realistic expectations of what my Camino Francesa's experience is going to be like, I think I've settled on a few things in terms of a definition of success. That would be to show up and do the thing. Spend the 6 weeks I have carved out to walk as much as I can, as far as I can, meet as many people as I can, spend a bunch of time in the spirit of gratitude and reflection and self-awareness and being open to whatever the universe presents me. I think that's one of my criteria. The other criteria, given my past experience is to avoid disaster. I would really prefer not to end up, excuse me, in a hospital in Spain again, or some other disaster, whether it could be, I don't know, whatever. I don't want to speak anything into existence. And then, of course, yeah, I think showing up, spending the time, having my experience with a contemplative frame of mind, and being open to whatever presents itself, avoiding disaster, are probably the top two criteria. Of course, there are a list of nice to haves that I've got. Nice to haves would include starting in southern France, walking into Santiago, completing the journey westward to the coast, earning a Compostela, maybe losing some weight. These are all nice to haves. Walking the whole journey, not taking a bus or a train or skipping any sections. These are all nice to haves, but I don't think that when I look back on my experience, that failing to achieve any of those things will deem it to be a failure as an experience. And as a project manager, I am conditioned to seek out clarity where there is none. So that's my main struggle is, what am I going for? How do I know that I've done it? And without having guidelines like that, it's also difficult to course correct if you are on your way to not succeeding. You then don't have a roadmap to understand that you're not succeeding, and you don't have a direction to point the ship to head towards success. So that's my main struggle. I think I'm getting over it, and maybe it is the journey after all. Setting some parameters and just being open for whatever happens, I think, is where I'm landing on it. So I think that's it for day 9. That's the main struggle that I've been dealing with and thinking about and trying to solve. And perhaps no solution is needed at this point in time. It is entirely possible that I begin and I'm some percentage through the walk, either by distance or by schedule, and I learn something or I discover something that does more clearly define success for that particular trip. And perhaps successes should be on a smaller time scale, maybe day by day, maybe week by week. Yet to be determined. It makes me think I have to approach this with more of an agile mindset, which is fine. I actually think that maybe if I do approach it with an agile mindset, then I can enjoy it more. I don't have to stress so much about the long-term view, and instead I can focus on the here and now and the near term, while also being aware of the future. And I think that's probably the best of both worlds for me. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up for today. I can't believe tomorrow's going to be the 10th recording. That'll be 33% done. Happy about that. I hope I see you guys tomorrow. Ciao.